Harrison Bader is out of the Phillies lineup today with his groin injury as they play Game 2 against the Dodgers in their National League Divisional Series best-of-5 matchup. Dodgers up 1-0. First pitch just after 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Cubs and Brewers 9 o'clock Eastern Time in Milwaukee as the Brewers are up 1-0 in that best-of-5 matchup. Bengals head coach Zach Taylor said today that they'll evaluate their options at the quarterback position prior to their Week 6 matchup against the Packers in Green Bay. Jake Browning has been starting in place of the injured Joe Burrow. Brett Rippon right now serving as Jake Browning's backup. The Chargers are placing running back Amarian Hampton on injured reserve because of an ankle injury suffered in yesterday's loss to Washington. Chiefs and Jaguars tonight, 8:15 Eastern Time. On Thursday, it's the Giants and Eagles. No practice on the estimated practice report for Eagles running back Saquon Barkley. Giants listed quarterback Jackson Dart as limited. Patriots running back Antonio Gibson done for the season with a torn ACL. I'm Dan Byer.
All right.
Hey.
Another action-packed week of October baseball, football, shenanigans, fun. Baseball. All here on Covino and Rich.
By the way, is Jalen Hurts wearing a chef's hat at the press conference? What is that? I got to put my glasses on. What the hell is that?
No, he lost, so it was like a bet. Like, you lose against the Broncos, you got to wear this funny-ass hat.
That hat is the weakest thing. How did I miss that?
I think
that
it's
makes
a
me
turkey.
go, I know. It makes me go,
Yeah.
And as we do every Monday, your observations from this weekend in the world of football, life, whatever. We get you involved at 877-99 on Fox. We're broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Again, Steve Covino, Rich Davis, Danny G, Sam, Spotty, DB, and you. Let's rock out. Let's do it.
I could have looked this up, but I forgot. Is this the earliest in a long time there hasn't been an undefeated team in the NFL through 5 weeks? I feel like every year that's at least one 5-0 team. Like, 4-1's your best record. Shared by a handful of teams, but both undefeated teams picked up an L. They took an L yesterday, Eagles and Bills last night. So you're looking at a league of parity. No one's that great. No one's unbeatable. But I feel like there's always one team that maybe even just based on strength of schedule makes it at least 5 or 6 weeks undefeated. It's
Right.
just, I mean,
Well,
real 4 or
no
5
one could
weeks.
have predicted
That's it.
the Ravens being booed, right? But hope you had a Texans, Saints, Broncos, Buccaneers, Pats sort of weekend. Not an Arizona Cardinals, New York Yankees sort of weekend. And I could throw some other.
Mark Sanchez type of weekend.
I was going to try to avoid that.
I
We'll
feel
get to
bad,
that.
but I don't, but I do.
What a
Oy.
story that was over the weekend.
Well,
Big.
you know
What's a
what it
bigger
was?
story, Taylor Swift's new album or that Mark Sanchez story?
The Mark Sanchez story, you know, it's all sensitive and terrible. Like, no, there was a stabbing, lives are almost lost. The pictures of the other guy are gruesome. Danny, you and I were saying it was a range of emotions. At first, it's like, oh my God, you thought someone probably just F with Mark Sanchez because maybe he was wearing a nice watch or he's a celebrity.
Yep.
And then you're like, oh my God, I hope he lives. Oh my God, thank God. It went from prayers for Mark Sanchez, which people still have.
To finding out he was the aggressor.
Wait a
of the
minute,
whole
he
thing.
was the guy? What?
Exactly, yeah. And there's
Very
new
weird.
developments. There's videos coming out as we speak. Terrible, terrible story. We'll touch on that a little bit,
Yeah.
but not too much. Plus, we'll play some games called Last One Standing. We do it every Monday. We give away prizes. LeBron's in the news.
And by the way, we won't touch on it because we choose not to. I have people hit me up being like, you guys work for Fox Sports. Did they tell you not to talk about it? No one tells us. Honestly, no one has ever told us don't talk about blank.
Well,
It's just using your own head. Like, we don't know all the details. Mark Sanchez has always been nice to us. Who knows what the real full story is? So what the hell are you going to do?
it makes me go, for sure.
No doubt.
And that's where we start the show. But, again, hope you had a great weekend. Spooky season is here. I'm busting out jeans for the first time of the season. So it's that time of year, guys, out here in California.
Oh.
Hope you had a nice one. Hope you have a great fall like Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty always has a great fall.
Hey, Sam, are you investing this fall? Are you going to rock a vest like Marty McFly? Because that's the look.
I absolutely will. But didn't Humpty Dumpty fall and crack his eggshell?
No, dude. He walked around the foliage. He got a pumpkin spice latte. He went apple picking.
Yeah.
He had a hell of a fall. He had a great fall.
Better
This is
fall.
revisionist history here.
Yeah, I mean, Humpty Dumpty, great fall.
Yeah.
Max Fried,
Not
not
so
a great
much.
fall.
Not so much.
Sorry, Covino, I know.
Aaron Judge, debatable. I don't know. He's got to come up in the big moments. But in the world of foosball, lots of surprises. And it doesn't have to be just football. It could be UFC 320. It could be the smashing machine at the box office. It only made $6 million this weekend. So whatever
Meanwhile-
made you go,
Meanwhile, $33 million worth of people watching Taylor Swift discuss her album. So that's where we're at. But I do want to start with your Yankees real quick before we dive into all the football.
Yeah.
When a guy like Max Fried, who's been arguably a top 3 pitcher in baseball all year,
19
he's
wins.
in that
He had the
conversation.
most.
He's in that conversation when you say who dominated. Scooball and Skeens and Fried. Those, to me, Zach Wheeler got hurt. Crochet. It's really unfortunate when your team makes the postseason and the guy that really put the team on his back, anytime you needed a guy to stop the losing, stop the bleeding, as they say.
I think he was 11-1 after a Yankees loss. So if ever there was
11,
a time,
11-2.
yeah, now 11-2 if you kept the postseason. If there was ever a time to stop the bleeding or get the win, it was the game 2 yesterday. And what's disheartening about that, and any sports fan could relate, is you wait all year for these moments only to watch your team fizzle like that. It's the worst. So a must-win tomorrow. Basically, if you don't know what we're talking about, the Yankees got slid on yesterday. A little taste of their own medicine. A rookie for the Blue Jays came out, shut him down, and
Shut it down now.
the Blue Jays just teeing off on Max Fried. So
You have to admit, if you were not a Yankees fan,
By the way, that's a player's name, to be clear.
yeah, Cam
yeah,
Schlittler is the Yankees' saving grace, the rookie star that came through. Well, guess what? Blue Jays, was it Yesavage? He was savage yesterday against the Yankees, came through and dominated with 11 strikeouts of his own. So Yankees got shut down. They look like ass. They might be ass. And it was not fun to watch.
one last Yankee thought.
Unless you're a Blue Jays fan.
One last Yankee thought before we get into football, more people's heads in the football game right now. But if you aren't a Yankees fan, could you at least admit how electric that crowd in Toronto looked when Vladdy Jr. hit that grand salami?
It was the most predictable grand salami that ever was.
Meaning, they're going to groove him one. and
Will
he's gonna-
Warren had no choice but to groove one down there. Vladdy's sitting there, tees off on it, and it was just so obvious. In fact, there's a funny viral clip of John Boy totally predicting it, and I felt the same way watching it. I'm like, here it is. This is a grand slam coming. Grooves one. Bam! Game over. Sucked. Will Warren, he's cheeks. He's straight buns, as the kids say, in these moments. Again, you got to step up. So a weak weekend for this guy, especially since I was driving my daughter around like her personal chauffeur trying to find Sweet 16 dresses. So, yeah, that was my weekend.
Not that
I
part.
mean,
No, that's a good dad you are. The other sports stuff.
It's special, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I do want to just sit back and relax a little bit. But hope your weekend was good. Hope it was better than the Yankees. Hope it was better than Will Warren's and Max Fried's. And
Hey,
there's some
National
good
League
games tonight.
National League fans, tonight's your night. Danny G, are you going to go up 2-0 in Philadelphia?
In just about an hour, first pitch.
And
Yeah,
then, of
so
course,
exciting.
Covino named this morning we were talking. He's like, he named all 3 series, and he forgot Milwaukee versus the Cubs, and he goes, no one cares.
No, it's not that. I was just speaking from the heart, meaning I was thinking that the Dodgers-Philly series was the more exciting one to talk about.
Good save. Would just insult everybody else.
No,
Good
I'm
save,
not.
Covino.
I'm not.
That was well.
Cubs
well
Brewers,
done.
that's an exciting one too. So we'll enjoy some games tonight and some Monday Night Football, but like we always do on a Monday.
Covino wants to ignore the 6th spot the Brewers put up in the first inning the other day in Game 1. He just think,
Yeah. Don't worry. I remember it was like 2 years ago when the Rams beat the Seahawks in Week 1 and Covino came in. He's like, hope you had a 49ers Raiders Rams weekend. John Ramos is whooping it up, and I'm like, screw you, Covino.
I didn't remember all that. I remember that now that you bring it up.
He takes notes.
He holds on to these things, man.
I have
Buyer
a list
never
like
forgets.
Jericho.
Yeah, he does.
They always say that a buyer never forgets, right? That is true, Spot. You're right.
So funny.
I've heard that.
So, I hope your weekend was better than the Yankees' weekend. I hope your weekend was better than Mark Sanchez's weekend.
And how about better than Amari DeMarcado. Why does this happen multiple times a year? We talk about it every year, so I don't want to repeat something we said maybe 6 months, a year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Every freaking year.
This is the second time this year,
pros, right? There's got to be an explanation. And my explanation, I remember we even posted a video about this on our Instagram page like a year ago because it's happened, and my take hasn't changed. When a guy goes for a pick six or bust open a big run or catches a slant and he's going to the house, when the guy drops the ball at like the half-yard line and the play is null and void and he ruined the whole moment, it's simply one thing and one thing only: showboating. There's no other explanation other than, yo, I burnt you, I beat you, and like in the most arrogant, douchey way, you're just like, I'm so apathetic. As I cross the goal line, I'm just going to drop the ball.
Flip it up.
Like
It's the biggest fumble of the weekend.
Other explanation, like in other sports, right? What do we say in baseball? When a guy doesn't run out a ground ball and then the guy bobbles it and he would have been safe if he had busted it out of the box? Or, you know, when a guy doesn't get back on defense in the NBA and you're like,
he's just hot dogging it, and they got caught. It was the weakest. You know what? It was one of the things that made me go, this weekend. Let's get into it, because I think this is the worst.
Let's go, baby!
Things that make you go,
Things that make you go,
When you think of some of the bad things we saw over the weekend, the Bills, the Yankees, Mark Sanchez, Penn State, the Cardinals come to mind immediately. I think it was the weakest play of them all because they needed one more play to blow the game out. I think it was 21-6 in the fourth quarter. They needed one more big score to call it a day. That was the play. And Amari DeMarcado breaks open, 72-yard run to hot dog it right there. And like Rich said, after we see time and time again, right, we as the fan know, like, don't do that. Don't make that mental, stupid mistake. Get in the end zone, then do your stupid dance. Drops the ball right there at the half-yard line, and that was it. And they end up losing the game as a result. That is pathetic. That is the biggest thing that made me go over the weekend.
What's that book? Someone's unfortunate, no good, bad day. What was it?
Amari DeMarcado's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
It was just the beginning of a series of, like, just remarkably odd plays that went against the Cardinals.
Again, it would have been 28-6 had they scored there, and they end up losing that game. That's pathetic.
How about the video that's gone viral that I sent you guys of his coach lighting him up?
Oh, yeah,
on the sideline.
Deservingly so, man. And then he did say at the press conference, it should never come down to one play. And, I mean, he really had his back there. But it really was that one play that unraveled everything.
Dan Byer and I would be in agreement that we laugh at it being that his Seahawks and my Niners are in that division. That was – do you remember last year? I'm going to reference last year. Remember when the Bears lost on a Hail Mary when the secondary was cheering in the end zone before the game was over?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, the wheels came off. The Bears, we forget the Bears were right there for the first quarter of the season with the Lions and the Packers.
Like 4-2.
And then the wheels fell off after that botched Hail Mary.
Yeah, that was bad.
The Cardinals win that game yesterday. They're 3-2 with the Rams and Seahawks. The Niners are 4-1, and they're playing Tampa this week. And as a Niners fan, I can't be confident. The Bucs look really good. So you're talking about you're one game behind in the division. The Niners play the Bucs, which you could argue the Bucs likely could win this game. So you could be even in your division. Now you're at the bottom at 2-3. I think this could be the moment where the Cardinals are just – because now you know who the Cardinals play going forward. If you want to schedule watch a little bit, you know I love to look at the schedule.
Oh, boy. The Rich loves to look at the schedule game.
Schedule watching. Yeah. Schedule watching.
Rich loves schedule watching.
I love schedule watching.
Rich loves schedule watching. I think that's the new Mark and Lewis jingle. Yeah, I think that's new Mark and Lewis.
They play in Indianapolis at the Colts, and the Colts are 4-1. The Colts look good. So now you're 2-4. Then you play the Packers. You'd be 2-5. Then you play at the Cowboys, who have shown that they're better than we thought, right? And then you play at the Seahawks. That game could have been. We're gonna look back and say the wheels fell off with that game.
That was a nightmare play, a nightmare moment. Again, they could have put the game away in the fourth quarter. I think there was like 12 minutes left. It would have been 28-6. The Titans then, you want to give props to the Titans, go right ahead, because then they had to do everything right moving forward, and they had to get in at least field goal range, which they did with another great play, and they win 22-21.
Well, you're forgetting an interception that was then dropped and bumbled around and kicked and thrown.
But they scored 16 points in the fourth, so props to the Titans. But the Cardinals, as they say in baseball, Amari DiMarcardo pulled a major boner this weekend.
Yes. They lost to the Tennessee Ass.
I mean, if we keeping a buck right now, we ass.
Total ass.
They lost to the Tennessee Ass.
Tennessee ass.
Cheeks.
The Cardinals had a 3rd and 7 and ran the ball on 3rd down, which they then punted it back to Tennessee with like 2 minutes left. They're only up by 2. Like in that situation, let Kyler Murray do what Kyler Murray tries to do, or make a play, or do something. Yeah, it was a whole comedy of errors. And by the way, the Titans weren't even perfect down the stretch. Remember, they missed an extra point.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know, like on the ensuing possession after the fumble. But
DB, who was on the call for the Eagles-Broncos game? Was that Tony Romo? Whoever it was.
It's Tony Romo, but he just looks different now.
Have you seen those memes?
Yeah.
But
Actually, I don't know who it was.
Whoever was on the call was saying, I think it was Romo, might have been, saying
he
how
doesn't look that different, Rich.
He was saying how Sean Payton dialed up a great play on 3rd down with a minute and a half left. He had Bo Nix roll out, had a couple looks, but then if those looks aren't there, then you try to scramble, because you don't want to do the worst thing you could do in those scenarios is meaninglessly run the ball on 3rd and long, knowing you're not going to get the first down. Or the other worst thing you do is throw the ball, stop the clock for the other team. So they were saying how are more teams, like Sean Payton designed a play where Bo Nix rolled out. Looked, was bad, had coverage. Second look, covered, snuck for a couple yards. Now it's 4th down. I'm shocked how that we're going to run it 3 times and just sort of submit to this being a 3 downs and punt. It's bad football.
Really bad football. And I was talking with Kerry Rhodes, who I work with on Sundays, and even just off the air, I don't think this is a secret conversation. It feels just like half the coaches in the NFL can't coach. They can't, there's like 16 really good coaches, and maybe that's not an accurate number, but there's just way too many things that are slipping through the cracks, and situations that you think that you should be able to come up with at least something in those moments, and you're just not seeing it week in and week out.
Sometimes you get away with one, and again, they won the game, so I'm happy, but if you want to go back to Thursday even, do you remember when the 49ers caused that goal line fumble? I remember they had the ball left.
Mm-hmm.
They had the ball with like a minute left. Kyle Shanahan just ran the ball up the gut 3 times and punted. And I know it's a little risky to throw at that part of the field with Mac Jones your backup, but they gave the Rams good field position. Field goal tied the game, went to overtime, and luckily the Niners escaped. But you could argue you got the ball back when a guy fumbled on the 1-yard line. One first down, you win that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even Kyle Shanahan, who is a genius, sometimes makes these like oddly conservative, just run up the gut 3 times.
Interesting coaching moves, interesting plays, bonehead plays, and it was Tony Romo. And that side story, my reference, if you don't know, is there's a lot of speculation on social media about why does he look so different. And I'm not here to make an opinion there. He does look different, but maybe it's makeup. Maybe it's getting older. Who the hell knows?
A couple years ago, Alex Rodriguez, remember when he got dark from the sun?
Yeah, Romo is Mexican. You know, maybe he just got a sweet tan. I don't know, but something does look strange.
People are saying People are saying he looks tanner and his face is chubby. What are you going to do? He doesn't play every day
People
anymore.
Change. You know what?
I think it's bad
Today's
makeup.
world, it could be bad makeup. Who the hell knows?
Or maybe, you remember back in the day where there was the rumor that Avril Lavigne, it wasn't really her. She had passed away, and there was like a fill-in Avril Lavigne,
a body double,
a clone,
just took her place.
It makes me say, no. And I will say this: I don't want to pour salt in the wounds, pun intended, because there was a lot of them. But I think Mark Sanchez drops in the Mexican quarterback rankings because it's probably Tony Romo, Jeff Garcia, and then Mark Sanchez now.
I don't want to make. Let me say this very clearly. I'm not making light of anything that happened to Mark Sanchez
hell no.
or that dude over the weekend, but this story, like this is not the way Mark Sanchez wanted people to forget about the butt fumble. Because it's like, that like now there's another more terrible, a real terrible story that follows this guy. Like, it's just a guy with a great career who's always been nice to us, has an embarrassing story and a horrible story that are now attached to him. It's sort of unfortunate.
This one's hard to recover from, and we'll talk about it a little more.
Is there an escape plan for him, you think? Is there a way he lands a job down the road or something? Or is it
there's an escape plan. The video and the footage and everything that's coming out as we speak makes it harder. The pictures of the 69-year-old truck driver in the hospital, that doesn't help. But if it's something more serious than just drinking, right, it could be CTE. I don't want to over-speculate, but if it was, right, then, I think that he has more of a case to be forgiven.
Yeah, well, we shall see.
Again, some sort of PT,
not for us
BFD,
to decide, right? Yeah, not
post-traumatic butt fumble disorder.
Yeah,
if there's something else involved, then I think there's a chance years from now to be forgiven. And it's also how it's handled, I think, by the family of this poor guy. So lots went down this weekend. Things that made you go, we'll take your phone calls now at 877-99 on Fox. I think the biggest one so far, Rich, besides the questionable calls that you talked about, is this Amari DeMarcado thing, because you make this 72-yard run. We're watching it now on TV too. You can't cross the end zone before you drop the ball. Like, how do you not know that at this stage of the game by now?
We've never seen this in back-to-back NFL weeks where it changed a game.
It just bothers me so much.
Mitchell last week, that the Colts could be 5-0 potentially.
You know what it feels like, Danny G, when you have a professional baseball player and he can't lay down a bunt. And it's like, dude, you're a professional baseball player, and you struck out trying to lay down a bunt, or you pop one up laying down. You couldn't do the basics. It's as simple as it's just simple fundamentals and a mental error to just drop the ball in that way. It's just aggravating.
all under the framework of honestly just showing off.
Yeah.
There's also just you guys started the show on talking about how there's no undefeateds. I don't think anybody in the NFL is great. So the saying of "ball don't lie" is sometimes it's overused, but I think it's entirely accurate for what we saw just this past weekend in the National Football League. What team of the 32 do you think is worthy of being 5-0? Doesn't mean that they should have won this game or could have won that game or this could have been there. I just think the league as a whole, it's very interesting. And if you're the Cardinals, you could sit there and point to all those things. But if you're making mistakes like this, you probably should be 2-3 at that point.
And you could argue that, New England, New England is with all the new personnel, new coaching, new everything. Like, I'm not that break after Belichick and Brady where they did stink it up for a little while. Maybe we got to put that Patriots team in the back of our mind too, because this new Patriots team seems like a mid-level team. This is not a bottom-feeding Patriots team anymore.
No,
they play hard.
Not even close. They turned the ball over 5 times against the Steelers and lost by a touchdown.
Last night, Buffalo, to answer your question, DB, you're saying how no one's really sticking out. The Bills were the one team where you're like, Josh Allen and that, they're I'll tell you what, there's a pool that we're in at SiriusXM that Covino and I still take part in. It's like $5 a week, and there's like a couple hundred people, and you have to do a 4-for-4 parlay. And just to show you how hard a 4-for-4 parlay is, sometimes 100 people, no one hits 4-for-4,
sure,
and the money carries over to the next week. So do the math. After 2 weeks, it's like $500 on a $5 entry. And I was 3 for 3. No one else was going into last night. I needed Buffalo -8, and I was like, ooh, I'm looking good. Nope.
Yep.
Carries
Goodbye.
over one more week. So last night when you see Josh Allen, especially they're at home, they're wearing those sweet-ass uniforms.
Their cold front.
The crowd is
rivalry uniforms.
All matching, wearing the whiteout. They look like ass.
Yeah, like buns. They did. They looked average.
The spirit of
Patriots.
Bill Belichick is coming back to haunt the AFC.
There were some warts showing with Buffalo over the last couple of weeks. The record just kind of covered it up. When we saw him went to the game in week 3, when it called prior, against the Dolphins, they weren't perfect, but they were able to manage some stuff. And last night that wasn't the case.
You know what? We're going to take all your feedback next. I'm going to throw one more out there. I'll throw one more little bait, hook, line, and sink, you guys. Observations, things that made you go, We said it a couple weeks ago. And my goodness, we weren't the only ones, but could we have been more right? We said the Broncos and the Chargers have a real opportunity to really separate themselves when the Chiefs started out 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, my goodness, the Chiefs
were looking average.
The Chiefs were looking average. Jump out. And after they win tonight against the Jags, which I think will happen, the Chiefs will be tied for first place after 5 weeks. And we thought they had an uphill battle. What happened to Jim Harbaugh, and Justin Herbert? The little sideline kisses from Madison Beer aren't working because they would work for me.
Well, their O-line has been in tatters, but you got to rise above it.
But I mean, like on their schedule, you thought the Commanders would be a tough game, but that was in L.A. I don't think you thought you'd go to the Meadowlands and lose to the Giants last week. And they just got by Denver the week before. So we thought the Chargers, remember like weeks 1 and 2, which is why we say you can't ever judge too early. Mm-hmm. After the first 2 weeks, Danny, we were all putting the Chargers in the Buffalo.
I wasn't.
Category.
What did I say about the Chiefs? I'm like, I hear this every year on almost every show on TV and radio. Oh, the Chiefs. And what always happens, they always rally in the second half of the season. Always.
We always say give it at least 6 weeks to make an assessment.
Yep.
So we make an assessment from yesterday. We do it every Monday. We call it Things That Made You Go, We get to your feedback next at 877-99 on Fox.
Things that make you go,
You know, Rich and I are proving without even trying how different we are. The guy was born with no chill, so he loves a nail biter. If your team's in a nail biter, it's almost hard to say you enjoyed the game because the Yankees won yesterday. But afterward, I'm thinking to myself, did I really enjoy that? I felt relief afterward, but I'm like, I don't even know if that was fun. That was so stressful.
You're right, though. We are cut from a different cloth because
mine's leather. Yours is like, I don't know what yours is.
Burlap.
Yeah, burlap or something. Some sort of burlap sack.
I don't care what mine is, but yours is definitely leather because you think you're like the Mexican Fonz. Oh, hey.
Where's leather chaps?
It is interesting, though, because in all aspects of life, I do like that thrill of
panic?
Of panic and uncertainty.
That's
and
terrible.
I feel like it's...
For example, the Tigers are up 6-1, right? Rich says, you see this game right here? Tigers, Cleveland? I'm bored by it already because it's 6-1. I'm like, I get it because you don't care about either team. But Detroit Tigers fans feel great about that. That's my point.
But you know what would give them more a rush? They would have more of a rush if it was 2-1 still.
That's not joy. That's panic. And I think you have like a misunderstanding of what joyous feels like.
I'm a roller coaster guy. You're a teacup guy, I guess.
Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe I'm a Peter Pan's flight kind of guy.
What?
Have you ever...
You never went on Peter Pan's flight?
Have you ever had a...
No.
How do I say this politely on Fox Sports? Have you ever made love in a place where you could get caught? Where you're like, no way!
Risk adrenaline rush?
I must love that. And then you would think I'm a skydiver or something. I'm not. I just feel like you like very little risk and you like very little excitement. Like you seem like sort of a dud of a guy to me.
Jeez.
Sadie seems like a dud.
You like to be titillated, Rich? That's what you like?
Yeah. He likes a nail biter.
He likes titillation.
He thinks that's fun. You know, you realize that it's called a nail biter because you're nervous and you're panicky the whole time. Biting your nails doesn't equal fun. I think you were dropped on your head or something. You're misunderstanding. Put that helmet on, that Strauss helmet, because that's not fun until it's over and they won.
I think you remember it fondly because of how stressful it was. Like
Of
I
course.
think of certain football wins for Iowa where they escaped, and you're like, that was amazing, but only after the fact.
Here's the deciding factor. What do you guys think? Hit us up at Covino and Rich at Fox Sports Radio. We'll wrap it up with one more phone call.
All right.
We have James in Orlando. You're on the Covino and Rich
Orlando!
Show. 877
What you do to your hair?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, gentlemen? Best show on radio right here.
Thank you, man.
Talking to you guys. Yeah, first time in. Yeah, man, I'm with Covino on this one. I'm a Miami Hurricane, and let me tell you something. All week I've been stressing about this game coming up on Saturday, and I am going to be wearing out the carpet if it's a close game.
No, for real.
I'm going to be pacing, and I want to blow out. I want to blow out so I can
Relax.
watch them kick ass.
Yes. James, you know what? You said you wore out your carpet. I don't have carpets, but you know what I have now? I started off the night with a brand new pair of gold toe socks. They were mint. By the end of the night, they were screen door socks on the bottom. You know what I mean by
Mesh
screen
door.
door socks?
Yeah.
I already wore through a pair, a brand new pair.
no, they're down to the fibers.
His socks look like the dirty screens in My Cousin Vinny that the old lady couldn't see through.
There you go.
And my girlfriend, you know, I have a theory on this too, because girls don't burn through socks the way guys do. They don't.
We're usually heavier, too.
Look at your wife and girlfriend's socks. Both of them. If you have both, look at both of their socks. They don't have the screen doors.
If you have a Gumad, look at hers. Yeah.
They don't have the screen door troubles that we have, and my theory is this. They don't panic about sports the way we do, and they don't create as much friction as we do as big fat slobs. They don't have that weight friction pacing around watching a really tight fight or a tight game the way we do. Because my girlfriend hits me up. She's like, aren't you embarrassed wearing those things? I'm like, these are game day socks. What do you want from me?
Have you ever watched a fight with Covino? He's shadowboxing like he's Tank Davis or something.
It's an nerve-wracking. Hey, welcome back to the showgram. Covino and Rich streaming live on our YouTube channel, Covino and Rich FSR, which is where you can also get our bonus podcast. Brand new episode available now, episode 111 of Overpromised on our YouTube page. I personally think it's one of the best things we do, and we do a lot.
No doubt, man.
We got a Patreon. We do music stuff. We have this show. I mean, we love hanging with you, but Uncensored Unleashed on Overpromised. Again, Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. And what other business do we have to take care of? Our podcast, guys. Definitely check our podcast, stream our podcast, follow, rate, and review for free. Search Covino and Rich wherever you stream your podcast. And right now, it's a pleasure being here with you. Again, Monday through Friday, live on the Fox Sports Radio studios at 877-99 on Fox. Danny G's on standby, waiting just to say hi.
I told you this is big news in my world. I think I'm losing my kids to the Dodgers. I told you this the other day.
It's
where
timing, man. Look at the team you're competing with.
To the dark side.
I'm a Mets fan. I'll never change, but I feel like I can't force my kids. They're like, Dad, we like the Mets, but is it cool if we like the Dodgers too? Because all their little school friends like the Dodgers.
They're surrounded by it. They're
We live in
saturated by
LA,
Dodger fandom.
And Iowa Sam, this is a big one. Over the weekend, my daughter said, Dad, can you change my walk-up music? Because all the little kids have walk-up music for softball and baseball. She comes up to Michael Bublé, the Ohtani.
Oh, boy.
The Ohtani song?
Yeah.
Dude, it makes me, man.
And I'm feeling
Wait, hold on, I got it right
good.
here. I use a little ballpark DJ. Here we go.
Nobody, and I'm feeling good.
I'm feeling good.
And it's fitting because she also pitched recently.
Really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, man, it hurt my heart, but I'm like, all right, buddy, I get it. Ohtani's the best.
So you guys know I'm a big George Michael fan. He's my favorite artist.
Yeah.
His version of Feeling Good was the song that we walked to after we said, I do. So as we're walking down the aisle, that's what.
That's beautiful, man.
Yes. Right at that point. So it can be a walk down the aisle or a walk up music if you'd like.
Look at
Is that why you call your show the I Want Your Flex podcast?
Absolutely. 100%.
that.
Yeah,
See
that's
that?
good cross promotion.
I knew that, DB. So DB
He had to look that up. He doesn't care about you.
Oh,
He
get outta
just
here.
looked that up.
Of course I knew that.
Just when I lost faith in Covino.
Oh, no, Dan, I look at you as a father figure, so thank you for being here. Appreciate
Taylor
you.
Swift, new album. Yes.
And DB is here. Danny G is here. Sam is here. Thank you, Fox Sports Radio Nation, for being here. Every Monday, things that make you go, we get you involved. Like, what made me say, Are we talking enough about Indiana Jones? Are we talking enough about him? Danny G, when you're watching your Raiders get stomped by the Colts, seriously, what are your thoughts there? Because you have all these hopes with Geno Smith. You're seeing what happens with Daniel Jones. 40-6. What were your thoughts watching that?
It's just been a weird season so far. Rich mentioned how the Patriots aren't the Patriots we know from the past few seasons.
Yeah.
Raiders looked good against them in week 1. Geno Smith came out with a bang, and then he turned into a pumpkin and has been throwing all these picks. He threw his 9th interception. And it's weird. The Raiders seem, and Dan Byer and I said after game 1, it looked like Carroll and his staff made some really good coaching adjustments at halftime of that first game. And ever since, it looks like Pete Carroll and company have been out-coached. Their special teams is horrendous, which is weird. They've always had a great punter and kicker and have been good on coverage. And this season, for whatever reason, they can't punt, they can't kick field goals, they can't cover the other team when they're kicking to them. So I don't know, dude. It's been so weird.
Well, it's kind of ironic because I feel like Geno Smith is the face, like the modern-day face of written off and then redeemed himself. Came back, got second life, and now
back to
the reality.
People calling
with the
him a
Raiders.
bust. Yeah, it's so strange.
And Daniel Jones is that guy now, and he had 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. The guy looks impressive
You know
this
who
year.
Indiana Dr. Jones is going to be rooting for tonight?
Who?
Patrick Mahomes, because if they beat Jacksonville, sitting alone in first place in the AFC South, Indianapolis at 4-1,
Colts.
and they had a wild year, right? They lost their owner. Who's running the team is, wild since we lost Jim Irsay. Just a very interesting year and think about where we started with Indianapolis. So I'm glad you brought them up, Covino, because remember it was Anthony Richardson, and it was like, whoa, hold on, Daniel Jones is competing with him? And then when they said open quarterback battle, let's be honest, didn't we all think at first, like, you have to say that?
Yeah. And then you were hearing the favoritism
then you're like,
toward Daniel Jones.
Whoa,
You're like, whoa.
So it's for real. Because, we forget that NFL teams want to win. They want to win at all costs. So there's no we're going to go with Richardson regardless. He had no big contract yet. So it was interesting to see, wow, Daniel Jones won the battle. Richardson doesn't seem like he's the guy. And now Richardson, I'm not saying rooting against this team, but you don't think subconsciously he's like, damn, why is Daniel Jones rolling?
And in the battle of written off quarterbacks, Geno Smith, Daniel Jones, you saw the Buccaneers and Seahawks going at it. And that was a game that made me say,
Really good game.
That was a really great game. And Baker Mayfield, again, separating himself, I think, from the pack of quarterbacks that were sort of written off, or as they say, he wasn't written off. He was just playing for the Browns. But again, he
won a
bounced
playoff
around.
game for the Browns.
Yeah, but he bounced around, and he's playing big, 379 yards, 2 tutties, and a really great win over the Seahawks. 4-1, just battling and grinding every game. How could you not like at least watching the Buccaneers play?
Well, Dan Beyer, your Seahawks fell just short, and
They did.
I said before, I don't feel comfortable as a Niners fan playing the Bucs next week. They could secretly be a top 2 or 3 NFC team right now.
Considering they played yesterday without Bucky Irving and Mike Evans.
Yes.
I know the Seahawks defense missing some pieces as well, but Darnold up until the last interception was just as good as Baker Mayfield, but to have the cross-country trip that Tampa had, to not have Evans, to not have Irving, and to be able to do what they did, sitting there at 4-1 in a division that honestly already feels wrapped up. Like in the NFC South,
right.
like the Buccaneers are going to be there. He is your leading MVP candidate right now.
But remember, 2 quarterbacks that played together on the same team.
Right.
2 quarterbacks.
There's that picture of Sam Darnold and Baker in the Carolina uniforms
both
looking all sad
off,
together.
Both have a chip on their shoulder a little bit, or as Colin says, Mayfield has that good chip on his shoulder. You know, it's a good chip. And to see them battle in that way and both put up big numbers and both look good, it was really cool to see. So, just some observations we're making, and then we open it up to you. 877-99 on Fox, things that make you go, But first and first, mostly, we got to talk to our guy.
DB, let's get an update, my friend.
We forget Cleveland made the playoffs with Baker.
Yeah.
But then they wanted to go in a different direction and kind of forced him out, moved him to Carolina where Sam Darnold already was, and that's how they were teammates. And then the Mayfield experiment didn't work, and funny how everything sorts out.
Yeah.
Bengals have a unique quarterback situation right now because Joe Burrow's injured and Jake Browning's just turning the ball over. Today, head coach Zach Taylor was asked if Browning's going to remain the starter for Week 6 against the Packers.
Do you see Jake starting on Sunday?
We'll see where it goes. It's I think like all personnel decisions, we got to evaluate it. Jake's been very accountable for how the game went for him. I've got to be accountable for how the game went for me as well. And so we'll continue to progress here through the days.
Not necessarily a vote of confidence. In other NFL news, the Chargers are placing running back Amarian Hampton on injured reserve because of the injured ankle suffered in yesterday's loss to the Commanders. Colts kicker Spencer Schrader done for the year with a torn ligaments in his knee, suffered in yesterday's win over Danny's Raiders. Patriots running back Antonio Gibson done for the year with a torn ACL. Lions got the win against the Bengals, but they lost corner Terrion Arnold for a while. Head coach Dan Campbell said it'll be a long time before Arnold returns from a shoulder injury. Tonight, Chiefs and Jaguars, 8:15 Eastern time. Baseball, top of the hour, Dodgers and Phillies. No Harrison Bader in the lineup for the Phillies. He's out because of his groin injury. Cubs and Brewers, 9 Eastern. Jackson Chourio batting leadoff for Milwaukee, playing left field as they're up 1-0 in the best-of-5 matchup. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, DB. And as far as things that make you go, I love the meme that's like, well, let's look at the AFC North. Burrow, Flacco, Lamar, all under 500 and injured. And look who's just sitting there, 3-1 on a bye week with his feet up, dominating that division. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers.
Yeah.
That's a story that we would not have predicted. And as we said, there's no undefeated teams. There's only one winless team. And what does your mom always say? Steven, it all comes out in the wash. Like, do the Jets just permanently stink? The only 0-5 team in the NFL.
What did Justin Fields say something about? Oh, what did he say? He got a lot of criticism for it.
Well, you know what? Think about it.
I will.
Find out what it is. And
He's still buying into hope. Like, they're like, no team has ever made the playoffs starting, 0-5 or whatever. He goes, well, there's a first time for everything. He's like, yeah, or maybe not.
And we landed on the moon. All right, hey, we got more Covino and Rich next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
And I know you're dying to talk about Taylor Swift.
As I live the life of a showboy.
Yeah.
I did listen to the new Taylor Swift album with my wife this morning.
I heard some of the songs because one of them is apparently about Travis Kelce's penis, and I'm not even making that up.
Oh, you mean Wood?
Yeah. It's called Wood. I'm sorry, Big Giant Redwood.
Redwood.
Well, it's not a song about the black dude that sits on the end of the bed. That guy, remember that guy?
Wood.
During COVID?
Yeah,
Maybe it is.
Barry Wood.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is. But I'm just saying,
We don't know.
By the way, I'm not making that up. I want to make sure that the Fox Sports Radio Nation understands that. I'm not just making a cheap joke.
I saw a clip where she says it's like knock on wood. It's about superstition. being
BS.
superstitious.
Hold on.
Of course, it's all double entendre and innuendo, but every major outlet's reporting that it's her raunchiest song yet,
How
and it's
could you-
clearly
how could you
about the
speculate?
nether regions of Travis
The
Kelce.
nether regions? Who
Yes.
are you? By the way, how could you have
I'm a guy that took
conversation?
my human resource courses.
What
You should look
continent
into
is that on?
Nether regions. I don't think anyone's ever talked about Travis Kelce's nether regions. It's a great word. But how can you even have this conversation and then not go to me after you call me a Swiftie? I listened to the album this morning driving around with my wife. I told you we had breakfast. We had a nice little morning together. And the Taylor album brings up a conversation. And this is not going to be a Taylor Swift conversation on Fox Sports Radio. But what it is, it's a conversation
I'd
about
rather talk about Phil Swift, the inventor of Flex Seal, than Taylor Swift. That guy made a canoe out of a screen door.
How about
To
DeAndre
me-
Swift?
To me, that's more impressive.
That is really impressive.
Come on. Have you ever sailed on a screen door?
Could Taylor Swift do
Courtesy
that?
of Flex Seal?
I mean, that is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Let me read you the lyrics from Taylor's new song.
Oh, you mean the song about knocking on wood?
Superstition?
That's what she said.
I
I'm
know,
just
but-
quoting her.
Yeah, and she's not lying, but it's real. It's innuendo. It's all about his junk.
Listen, I feel like she is a pop music wizard. These songs all hit. The minute you hear them, you know they're all going to be hits. She's the Michael Jackson of this generation.
Oh,
as far
stop
as-
it. No, I'm sorry.
Sam, that's an argument you don't want to get involved with.
Yo, Sam just moonwalked right now.
I know.
All right.
I'm sorry. My correction, I was Sam. Bigger than Michael Jackson.
Whoa.
All right. So here's the chorus of Taylor Swift's new song, Wood. And I want to point out.
WOOD.
And I want to point out. This might make Travis Kelce like probably the most braggadocious dude. He could walk around today knowing that an album was released today with millions and millions and millions and millions of people listening to it. And here's the words. Forgive me, it sounds cocky. He ahmatized me and opened my eyes. Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs.
Oh, it goes more. Continue.
Oh.
Yeah, but carry on because
I'm not going to carry on. Well, let me see where your hands are.
it
Get 'em out of
talks
your pants.
about his manhood and everything else.
So she goes on and on to pretty much talk about what a great lover Travis Kelce is. So I made my list, and I want to see if you guys could debate this. When it comes to being complimented as a man, some of them are sincere and nice, and some are not that. Top 3. Compliment that you're a great dad. Compliment that you're a provider
I agree
and
with
like
you.
a man. Like
Yeah.
you protect the family and you provide for the family. That'll always make a man feel happy.
How about you make me feel safe?
Yeah, safe, you're a provider. That's it. That, you're a great dad.
What's the third one?
And
'Cause
the-
you're 2 for 2.
And the third one has to do with, are you curling the toes? Are you a good lover? Your manhood.
She rock my world,
Do
man.
you rock her world in the bedroom? If a woman tells you you're a good dad, you're a provider that makes her feel safe, and you get it done in the bedroom, that is the trifecta of what every man wants to hear.
Is Rich skipping? How about this one?
And I'm telling you, Travis Kelce today is walking around as if the guy doesn't already have a strut in his step, multiple Super Bowls, future Hall of Famer, $100 million podcast. Now, there's a pop song.
By the way, Sam, DB said before he's a big George Michael's fan. I thought he meant the George Michael sports machine, but he actually meant, George Michael of Wham. And this is by far my favorite song. It's such a great song. Freedom 94 with all the hot models. Yeah, bro. Great video, too.
Free
DB,
90.
is this a fair one to say is like just a universally awesome song?
Yeah, I think this is the one that people will point to. Like
right?
we mentioned Faith earlier. I think Faith is the worst song in the Faith album. But it's more popular.
Yeah,
But
I like the Limp Bizkit version better.
However, have you seen Dan Byer in some tight denim?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
yes,
Shaking his booty.
my leather jacket as well.
Yeah. DB is hanging out. He's your grand champion when it comes to last one standing.
Well, not
We'll be
today.
playing.
I'm bringing it today. You
know, I'm trying to work on it because when it comes to process of elimination, I just have a mental roadblock, man. It's tough, but that's what makes it fun. It's a battle, and we play for some prizes later today, so stick around for that. But right now, like we always do on this Monday, we're live from Fox Sports Radio studio. It's time for our Tire Rack play of the day. The Patriots took out the NFL's last unbeaten team.
The Ashby snap to Behringer. The swing of the right leg by Borregales. The kick sail into the uprights. It's good! And the Patriots have the lead with 15 seconds to go. The rookie delivers.
Aurora Borregales with the 52-yard.
Is that a constellation?
Yeah. Actually, his name is Andy. My bad.
The Northern Lights.
Yeah. I meant Andy.
Borregales.
Andy and
Aurora, same thing. That's courtesy of 98.5, the Sports Hub, and the Patriots Radio Network. That's our Tire Rack play of the day.
Is that because tonight? Is it tonight like a super moon or something?
It's the harvest moon.
Something like that.
A solar storm.
Courtesy of 98.5, the Sports Hub, Patriots Radio Network. Tire Rack's play of the day. For over 40 years, our good friends at Tire Rack, they've been helping customers find the right tires for how, where, and what they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection, convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
You know, we were just glazing, as the kids say, Baker Mayfield off the air. Rich wondering if we give him enough credit. I'm like, on this show we do, but is the rest of the world doing that? And you got to give him props. 379 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Buccaneers over the Seahawks. Again, a battle of the written off quarterbacks, I should say.
It's not crazy to say he's an MVP candidate.
Well, the point
as of right
we're
now,
going to make here right now real quick, things that make you go, is when are we going to start putting Mayfield in that conversation of top quarterbacks in the league? Like, what more does the guy have to do? Is it his previous reputation that's holding him back? Because he's doing everything right, and it has to be applauded. It's impressive.
A lot of times when your reputation, unfortunately, as they say, precedes you.
Yeah.
I'll give you one, rude one and one like funny one. The rude one would be if, unfortunately, it's sexist and not right of guys to think, but if a woman has been around quite a bit, it's hard to shake that reputation of when she was like a party girl and it's like she could be a great woman, but in college, you know what she used to do? And sometimes it's hard for...
You're about to see that storyline on Love is Blind, by the way.
Oh, I can't wait. So to
Ed
me...
Gein's mom would call her a Jezebel.
So to me, it's sort of like that. And my dumb analogy I was going to tell you, when we were kids, it was so hard for me to acknowledge that Bret the Hitman Hart was like a champion. Because in my mind, he was part of like a weak-ass tag team. I'm like, because they were like,
So
you mean
stupid.
Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil? You're going to convince me that the guy that was on the mediocre tag team is now like the guy for wrestling, like Bret the Hitman Hart. Like, to me, it's like, no, he's like a tag team guy with the goatee guy, Jim the Anvil. He's not a champion.
That's why I think he's more relatable and fun to root for, because I think everybody faces that at one point. I can't tell you how many people still think of me as the van driver for K-Rock New York. I haven't driven the van since 1999,
But
98.
until you branched out and did something else, everyone there would think of you as, oh, Covino, the guy that promotionally drives the van, the K-Rock van?
Or you mean the national radio host for Fox Sports Radio? Like, give me a break. But that's how people remember you sometimes, how you started.
I think people think of Baker as the...
He had a fork in the road. And he could have went down a Johnny Manziel path, which it looked like he was going, and he did the exact opposite.
But because
of
the
that.
Browns stink so much, we forget that he's the only guy that's brought them any glimmer of glory. He won playoff games. But then they decided, we're going to go with Deshaun Watson, and it was really unfortunate. But
so is he elite? That makes you go,
I'm a big Baker fan. I think most people are now, right? All right, we got more CNR. Lot coming up here on Fox Sports Radio.
So, the Ravens, they're not quite there yet. But you know who might be ass? Rob Lowe. Now, I got to say, I've loved Rob Lowe for a long time, since the Outsider days.
I still love Rob Lowe.
But he's getting a lot of heat this week. Remember his NFL picture where he's wearing that NFL hat?
And everyone's like, where's the alliance? You have a fan of Roger Goodell? He had the NFL hat, and people gave him so much shit for that.
I feel like he has a problem with alliance. I really do. I feel like he's a torn guy. And he's like, I don't know who I should represent. So I guess I'll just represent the NFL. Well, I guess he should also just represent the MLB. Because he's an Ohio kid, and people are giving him a lot of heat for not representing because he was wearing Dodgers gear. But then again...
By the way, who'd they focus on more this series so far? Him or Jason Bateman?
Oh, I know, right?
It's like, geez, we get it. Jason Bateman's there and Rob Lowe's there. Any other handsome middle-aged guys?
But to be fair, is there anyone more L.A. and Hollywood than Rob Lowe?
You mean Dodger fan Rob Lowe?
Yeah, but it's been known that he's a Cincinnati Red sort of guy.
But you live in a city long enough, I wonder if there is a time where it's like, I'm not saying change your alliance, but I'm coming to grips with the fact that my kids... might like the Dodgers. I'm a big Mets fan, as you know, but my kids are like, Dad, Mookie and Freddie and Ohtani. I'm like, they go to school in L.A. All their friends are Dodgers fans. So, I don't know, maybe Rob Lowe, he's out here long enough. His kids.
But here's the thing. Don't be wishy-washy. Make a choice. Are you an Ohio kid who likes the Reds, grow up with the Reds, or are you a Dodgers guy? Right? Because otherwise, you just might be ass. Because he's getting a lot of criticism. And it hurts my heart as a Rob Lowe fan.
I love Rob Lowe, but guess what?
He's a treasure.
Might be ass.
Might be ass.
Sorry,
are you a Reds fan or a Dodgers fan? Because the world's confused. Maybe you're just a baseball fan.
Sorry, Rob Lowe.
You might be ass this week.
You might be ass this week. It's a huge honor.
Every week, someone has this honor. Rob Lowe, congrats.
Congratulations.
Dodgers and Phillies getting underway in Game 2 of their National League Divisional Series in Philadelphia with the Dodgers up 1-0. Shohei Ohtani, who started Game 1 for the Dodgers, would pitch in Game 5 if necessary. That was the message from skipper Dave Roberts. Cubs and Brewers play tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Brewers will have Jackson Chourio batting leadoff and playing left field in tonight's contest as Milwaukee's up 1-0 in that best-of-5 series. Bengals head coach Zach Taylor says they'll evaluate their options at the quarterback position prior to Week 6 matchup in Green Bay. The Bengals fell to the Lions yesterday. Jake Browning threw 3 interceptions in that contest. Brett Rippons, the current backup, to Browning in Cincinnati. Chargers running back Amarian Hampton's placed on injured reserve because of his injured ankle. Patriots running back Antonio Gibson done for the year with a torn ACL, while Colts kicker Spencer Schrader will miss the rest of the season with his knee injury. Chiefs and Jaguars 8:15 Eastern tonight. I'm Dan Beyer.
Oh, yeah. Spooky season, bro. Postseason, ghost season. Dodgers, Phillies, Cubs, Brewers. You got the Chiefs and the Jags. What a night. And I just saw Mahomes walking in. He was looking slick today, man. Had a slick checkered suit on. Better believe it. Ready for tonight.
Trevor Lawrence was just wearing a leather jacket.
I know.
A Jags team leather jacket.
Wait till you see later. Right now, it's Covino and Rich broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Remember, with the iHeartRadio app, stream us wherever, whenever, Shakira style, 24/7 on the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Just make sure we're number one in your presets, number one in your iHeart app. Covino and Rich.
All right. As we finalize our things that made you go, week 5 of the NFL.
Can you believe it's week 5, dude?
I was chatting up in the hallway, which is what I do best. As you say, I make better points off the air. Thanks.
There's not too many better than Rich Davis as far as hobnobbing and schmoozing in the hallway.
So I was talking to Big Mike and Bo and some of the guys. We were talking about how nowadays.
Don't you notice when you're talking to everybody, their response is usually, yo, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you said it.
You said it, man. Crazy. When you get when you get that response,
it was crazy.
It means that they're just trying to get back to their job. They're not trying to hear your long, drawn-out
I don't wanna
story.
hear about you. You know what? I give
Crazy,
some advice for
man.
you.
Crazy, man.
I got some advice
After
for
the
you.
4th, man, that's crazy. You should probably take a hint.
I have some advice for you two jabronis. How about this? Don't love your job. Job your love.
Oh, good advice. Good
Hey, man, that's crazy.
That's crazy. No, we were saying how Baker Mayfield. You know what? I feel like giving you guys. Remember in wrestling they used to call it a double noggin knocker.
Yeah, you want to
where
give
you
us
take 2 heads and push them together.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield. Not only did he have to battle the journey of actually winning in Cleveland, but because he leaves Cleveland, it looks like a failure. The next stop along the way don't work out. You know, Carolina, he has his little fun moment with the Rams, and then to Tampa. We forget the part of this where what do Baker Mayfield...
Hold on. You skipped a part. His cup of coffee with the Rams, like you said,
Yeah.
right? Game ball. He had some moments. But then he's replacing Tom Brady.
All right, well,
Is that what you're going to say?
I was going to say, what do Baker Mayfield and like a guy like D.D. Gregorius have in common? I remember when Derek Jeter retired, I was like, who's the poor sap that's going to be the next shortstop for the Yankees? And it's, D.D. Gregorius. I'm like, that guy doesn't have a chance. And Baker Mayfield had to go to an organization that...
I always feel that way about the guy that has to follow me after a relationship. I'm like, this poor
actually,
guy.
hasn't most of your exes married the next guy?
True, but I still feel bad for him.
Yeah, great. But Dan Beyer, like, think about it. Danny G, think about how, like, when you replace a legend, it's
like when David Lee Roth had to replace Howard Stern on terrestrial radio.
Yeah, when
Remember
Howard
that?
Stern said, I'm leaving for satellite, it's like, all right, K-Rock's
Hey,
new.
it's me, Diamond Dave.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, 92.3 K-Rock, it's Diamond Dave.
Whoa, good morning.
Hopeless.
Diamond Dave. And you're like, man, there's no way this is going to work out. But for Baker Mayfield, it has. It's time to look past that initial impression we had of the guy.
What a weird organization. When you really think about the Bucks, when we were kids, they had cool creamsicle uniforms, but they stunk. Steve Young finally came into his own when they let him go to San Francisco. They won 1 Super Bowl with Trent Dilfer, and everyone's like, wait, this team? And then they're not good again. Tom Brady decides, I'm just going to be a winner, wins there, he leaves, and now Baker Mayfield's part of a team with an odd history.
By the way, the David Lee Roth reference, that's the second best David Lee Roth replacement story, because I would think that's Sammy Hagar taking over for David Lee Roth. I didn't think you were going to go that route, but that was a bombing. Maybe some people do like Van Hagar. The other thing with Baker that I was just going to make was, he took over for Tom Brady, but he wasn't given it. He had to actually battle with Kyle Trask, the former Florida quarterback, to even be the starter in Tampa.
That. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Yo, for real?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, man, it's crazy.
It really is. So we wrap up things that made you go, Week 5, 877-99 on Fox. Again, Texans, Saints, Broncos, the Buccaneers, the Pats, all with big wins. The Ravens losing makes you scratch your noggin, as I referenced in the beginning of the show. Getting booed, like, that's pathetic. Well, like, that's almost like you're hitting rock bottom, and it shows that we were sort of on the right path, too, because we have a segment on our bonus podcast, Overpromised, again, available on our YouTube page where we're streaming live right now, Covino and Rich FSR. We have a segment called They Might Be Ass, and we were close to saying the Ravens and Lamar Jackson and the Ravens might be ass. We're like, no, it's Rob Lowe because he can't pick a team.
Stand by. I'll be back in 10 seconds, but it's worth it. Hold on.
Really?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, we were so close to writing off the Ravens, and maybe we should have. Maybe they're just ass. Getting booed the way they were booed, playing the way they played. Ravens with the loss makes you say, they're just not the same this year. And now we go to your phones to wrap it up at 877-99 on Fox.
back.
We've yapped long enough, Rich.
I just went to the master control room. I won't call out names because we don't do it till the end of the year, but the very special Dan Byer, Fox Sports Radio tradition of our annual football predictions. The Ravens, who are what now, 1-4?
Yeah.
When you look at people picking AFC teams to represent in the Super Bowl, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, I would say a third of the people at Fox Sports Radio picked the Ravens to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl.
And not only did they lose,
so you can't say
they
that
got
it's like
embarrassed like the Yankees did.
But you can't say it's like a surprise. It's shocking.
Shocking.
I remember when they lost
44-10 to the Texans makes you say,
When they lost Week 1 to the Bills, we both said the same thing. Well, whoever loses that game, no harm, no foul.
We were looking at the two best teams in the league. That's what we thought.
And you're saying, these are your two best AFC teams. And that was sort of the consensus. Everyone said Bills, Ravens, and of course you can never discount the Chiefs. That was the trifecta. That was the three-headed AFC monster. And now the Ravens are ass.
Who fell off faster after week 1, the Ravens defense or Geno Smith?
That is really a damn good question because week 1 we're like, wow, Geno. Could the Raiders make some noise? And they haven't.
I think with the 40 points they gave up to the Bills, I'm not even sure that the Ravens defense even arrived at any point this season. At least Geno had one good game.
We just assumed, what a battle, the two best teams. And we were like, or maybe the Ravens defense is suspect. And we never thought about it because it was Josh Allen. And we're like, that'll be the exception, of course.
Sure. And then you know how you mask a defense? You run the football. Well, guess who can't run the football right now? Derrick Henry and the Ravens. Yeah. And now you don't have Lamar Jackson.
Dude, we thought that maybe they could get by the Texans by control the clock, ground and pound, just run the ball, and that just was not a formula that worked at all yesterday.
So a lot of people that filled out the prediction sheet here at the studio were wrong. I mean, a lot of people listening probably were wrong when it came to the Ravens. On our prediction sheet to start every season, there's something that we do called Out on a Limb, and my Out on the Limb also proves to be wrong because I was saying that the Giants will have a winning record this year with their energized young team of Dart and Scatteraboo, and Scatteraboo fumbling 59 yards. They lost to the Saints looking like ass. So I was wrong there too.
They look good at the start of that game.
At the start of the game, but again, 26-14 to the Saints. So now we go to your phone calls to wrap it up.
My predictions are so whack.
What was your prediction again?
I have Burrow as MVP.
Oh, yeah, injury.
I have the Ravens. Not good. You want to say hi to Super Racide? It's always a delight to talk to this guy.
And he wanted to talk Ravens.
Oh, perfect. All right, Detroit, Super Racide, what's up, man?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
Hey, man.
Good, man. How are you?
Okay, Rick, Covino, Danny G. I am Super CD. So here we go, fellas. I wanted to talk Ravens, but I got a question for Covino real quick after that.
But is it how long until Colin Kaepernick is back in the NFL? Because you ask that every time.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, well, I hope I have an answer.
I got you, Covino. Here we go. But as far as my Ravens, they can make adjustments. Everybody calm down, chill out. They can make adjustments.
1-4, dude.
As far as, now, one of the adjustments they can make is bring in Ray Lewis to help out with the defense. Maybe he can be like some type of coach. That's motivation right there. Ray Lewis, some type of motivational coach, get in there. You know, Ray Lewis get into the weight room with him. Ray Lewis get back in shape. You know what I'm saying? Ray Lewis is there. I think he can be a part of helping the defense turn around somehow, some way. And then also the Ravens.
It seems like you're a fan of Colin Kaepernick, Ray Lewis. Like who else? O.J. Simpson. Give me some others. Michael Vick.
Bro, Ray Lewis is the defensive king for the Ravens.
I know. Go on.
Joking.
So anyway, they need to bring in some receivers. You know what I'm saying? Some high-powered receivers. So they got to switch those receivers out and go and get like maybe a McCaffrey or a Sutton. You know, they need to make some adjustments. I think they can do it. But here's my question for you, Covino. Are you there?
Yep, he's here.
I'm sorry, what? Yeah, I'm here. Where am I going?
Covino, here we go. Now, if Colin Kaepernick was Hispanic,
and
if he was Hispanic, can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. If Colin Kaepernick was Hispanic and Black Lives Matters was Hispanic Lives Matter, and it happened to him, George Floyd was Hispanic, and If everybody was Hispanic and it happened to all of them, and it was Hispanic Lives Matter, and they put a knee on George Floyd's neck, he was Hispanic. And Colin Kaepernick got banned from the NFL, and you were the GM. Would you give him a tryout?
Covino, it's good. Thank you, Rosita. It's a question solely for you because I'm out. I'm out.
Are there any tortas involved?
Cove?
I'm out. I told you I might have an answer. I might not. I don't have an answer because he's not Hispanic, and it doesn't matter.
Mark Sanchez is, though.
Who cares? Yeah, he is, right?
You're in trouble when we come to that bridge.
Rosita.
Who cares about one's ethnicity, right? Or where they're from or what they are. When we're talking sports and winning, it doesn't matter. You want to put the best team out there for your best chance to win. Period.
The National Football the National Football League is all about
winning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And black, white, Hispanic ethnicity in sports takes a back seat.
Of course you take a pride in like I mentioned before, Tony Romo's Mexican. But I also took pride in Tommy DeVito being Italian. I'm not the Mexican spokesman.
Oh, I thought you were. Sorry.
No, I'm not.
No, I see Rich eat more Mexican food than you do.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter.
It's true.
It really just doesn't matter.
I
You want to put the
identify as
best out
Mexican.
there. That's how I feel about it, especially in the world of sports. In the world of anything, you just want the best out there, and I don't care if he was Hispanic or not.
Dude, the simple fact that such a large majority of NFL quarterbacks now are African-American dominant athletes. And the fact are the teams that have opted for like a Daniel Jones over an Anthony Richardson. The reality is teams just want to win. The Colin Kaepernick story, I think Rosita is the last guy that's
He is. And you know, it's kind of funny at this point, so I appreciate the
I
phone
do
call.
get a kick out of it because it is really the last
I'm like,
person.
oh, here it comes. And we rooted for Colin Kaepernick. He blew off Rich, so personally we didn't like him. But as far as being electric and exciting, man, he definitely was.
True
Rich
story.
Davis used to rock a Colin Kaepernick jersey.
I had a Kaepernick jersey until we were in a VIP section at an ESPN party. His boys dipped away. He was standing there by himself. And I said, yo, Cap, big fan. Shook his hand. I go, big Niners guy, really happy for all your success. Can we get a selfie?
Yeah.
He goes, no, and walked away from me. And
from
that point on, well, Covino loved that moment. He laughed.
Well, no, but I used to love watching him too, though.
He was electric.
He
It just
really was.
sometimes you lose it. He played well under that Harbaugh system at the time. The end. Wow, we gave Rosita way a lot of time with that one.
Well, anyway, I appreciate you, buddy. I really do. And you could continue to ask me all you want. Doesn't matter to me. So, Covino and Rich, going to wrap it up with 2 more phone calls. And then we got to make time for things that made you, last one standing.
You're trying to avoid the game.
Yeah, dude, gives me the nervous farts.
Are we already starting up this Phillies-Dodgers game? Huh? I keep forgetting weird time because of the playoffs staggered.
yeah.
So I looked. I'm like, wait, is this a replay? No, we're in the first inning, and Mookie Betts is on first base with 1 out. So
At the start of the show, I told you, in an hour from now.
Yeah, Phillies-Dodgers underway. That's a great series, man. I love the fact that those two teams match up because the fan bases are electric, and watching the Dodgers have to actually not have home field. I think this is gonna be an electric 5 games. So hopefully you're locked into the playoffs. And Covino, even though your Yankees cost me a lot of money this year, I still owe you. I gotta figure out how to get you.
Got to figure out the best deal for Rich Davis. He owes me $2,100. That's a whole conversation itself that I've been waiting for.
Okay.
And it's like, well, what kind of deal do I make him here?
Oh, I'm gonna
Because
get
he's
a
the
deal?
guy that raised the stakes. He was feeling brazen and confident. And now he owes me $2,100. Do I cut him a deal or no deal?
So while the Yankees have cost me money, I am rooting for them because who wouldn't want to see? I want to see the Yankees win 2 games at Yankee Stadium and then force a game 5. Who wouldn't want to see the Yankees get hot for 2 days? I want all these series to go 5. And you saw Detroit and the Seattle Mariners, they're split 1-1, 2-3-2 games. So baseball playoffs are hot. NFL Week 5, no more undefeateds, only 1 winless team, and the Jets should have won 1 game. So
Yeah, and I looked it up for you, Rich. The only other season in recent history where there's been no undefeated team at this point at Week 5, 2015.
Yeah, it's been a decade.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that often.
But usually there's one lingerer that's like 7-0 or 8-0, and then they
into Week 6,
might lose a couple games in a
Week
row.
7.
But the simple fact that, it just shows the parity and how the NFL works. It really works. The good teams get bad. The bad teams get good. It happens.
It's interesting because it is effective. I just don't know if it works. Like, honestly, like if every – I mean, I know that's the ultimate goal of just maybe not being sure, but you look at the bottom half, the Jets are the only winless team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying everybody's the same, but I would like some eliteness, at least in one place or another.
The eliteness is fun to watch, but you know what? Like right now in baseball, the fact that the Dodgers didn't live up to the hopes of winning 110 games plus, which I thought they would.
Injury
right now, but they're a little healthier for the playoffs.
They're clicking when it matters, man.
But I'm looking at it as you couldn't convince me that there's a major favorite, because I think Philly, the Dodgers, and Milwaukee all have an equal chance. Don't
count out the Blue Jays the way they're swinging.
I'm saying the Cubbies are the odd team out of the NL. That I think it would be very tough for the Cubbies to make a run against those teams
in the NL.
But in the AL, the Blue Jays look hot, but I wouldn't count out the Yankees and the other two teams, Seattle, Detroit. Great teams. And by the way, Freddie Freeman just hit a rocket to right field.
I know
that should have dropped. What a rocket. Anyway.
So to wrap up things that made you go, it sort of ties back to what we started with. Who had the worst weekend? Because there's no elites like Dan Beyer alluded to. The Cardinals with that diabolical ending, as the kiddos say.
Woo.
The Bills, the Yankees, the Eagles, Penn State. Mark Sanchez, who had the worst weekend?
Yeah, probably Sanchez, but
probably, yeah. And by the way, there is an update there. He now faces a level 5 felony battery charge, which could get him 1 to 6 years sentenced. He's charged with battery with injury, public intoxication, and unlawful entry. And the videos are coming out. Right before the show started, Rich, there's video footage of him walking around all bloody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the video footage is starting to come out, which is not helping the story.
No, it's honestly the whole thing's unfortunate. No one
really
wants
is.
that.
It really is an unfortunate, really crazy story, and it's impossible to ignore. It's all over social media.
Did you see the latest headline? Mark Sanchez sentenced to 5 more seasons with the New York Jets.
No,
is that not worse?
We can't make jokes yet.
Sorry.
He's out of the hospital.
Too soon.
I did see, on a lighter note, if you're a gambler.
Sorry.
Cousin Sal on Instagram wrote, "Someone smart, please figure this out." And I don't think it's possible to figure out looking back, but imagine if someone did a parlay of these teams not making the postseason: Penn State, Texas, Clemson, the Ravens, and the Bengals. Like, we're talking about teams that in college and NFL football were projected to have big seasons. Arch Manning in Texas. Was there not a hype? There were teams already in the NFL talking about tanking for Arch Manning. Meanwhile, guy looks like sort of ass, and Texas has a couple losses already, and we're not even in November.
He might be buns.
Oh, so, hey.
Which is worse than ass.
Shocking.
And one last thing, I'll use this as a little bit of a radio tease for you.
Oh.
Something that made me go,
Oh.
I saw it right before the show started. May have happened earlier, but again, Rich and I go from our Patreon show to Fox Sports, so I don't know when this was announced, but I'm like, wait a second, this is a conversation in itself. LeBron James with his second decision tomorrow at noon Eastern. It makes me go, because I'm like, well, what's this about? Is this about a retirement? Leaving the Lakers? Because anything less is uncivilized.
Well, what would
lame.
What would justify an announcement, a decision?
A decision. This would be his. They're marketing this as his second sit down decision tomorrow at noon.
And this better not be marketing. Because before the show, we were talking about Snoop Dogg when he did this to us. Remember?
Oh yeah,
so lame.
Remember that spot a year
It
ago?
reeks of that, Danny.
Remember it was like Snoop Dogg quit smoking. You're like, wait, Snoop Dogg gave up weed, and he's like, I don't smoke anymore. I grill.
Now I grill.
Oh, you say he was taking gummies, right?
Yeah. He was promoting some grill or something. He's like, I don't smoke anymore. I only use this smoker. So I don't know, something ridiculous.
It was a smoker, yeah. It was something ridiculous.
Like smoked meats. So, hey.
Smokeless smoker.
You make the call. What is LeBron's second decision about? We'll speculate for a second. We'll play last one standing. And if you want to play, 877-99 on Fox. We'll give away some prizes, talk a little LeBron, and, of course, dive right back into some NFL. So, again, hit us up. Most interactive show on Fox Sports Radio, 877-99 on Fox.
This fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach. And
But we got to talk about Bad Bunny because, my goodness, the social media reaction. Danny G, I was watching just like you Sunday Night Football, and they so casually, like Mike Tirico.
Yeah.
Like, I did not know this was coming. Tirico's like, and coming up next, we're going to find out who the halftime show is. And I'm like, oh, damn. Like, Tirico was just holding that in his pocket, huh? And there he is, Bad Bunny, sitting on a goalpost with a straw hat. And everyone's like, wait, what? Bad Bunny?
He was carrying a golf bag, too. It was weird.
Bad Bunny,
He's
otherwise
still caddying for Happy Gilmore.
Otherwise known as Happy Gilmore's caddy, is an international superstar. Let's not be naive, but let's not also make it seem like everyone knows Bad Bunny. It's a very interesting choice by Jay-Z, Roger Goodell in the NFL. I think we could say interesting choice. Now, here's my thought. My initial thought was, what about Taylor Swift? Because we had all those little breadcrumbs, those Easter eggs of sourdough and 60 and all this. Like, ooh, Super Bowl 60. And then Metallica. And then you heard rumors last week like Adele. And then we were all thinking, oh, she's too slow. Like, she's got a great voice and great songs, but not Adele. And then you heard Post Malone. And then over the weekend, there were internet rumors that Miley's close to signing the contract. I had not heard. Am I wrong by saying no one else heard Bad Bunny's name even in the conversation?
They kept it under wraps.
That was the most like under wraps anything's been kept because I didn't hear a thing, a peep about Bad Bunny. Now, let me tell you, when Covino and I worked over at ESPN, we worked very closely with a lot of the people that work for ESPN Deportes. To say that Bad Bunny is a superstar is an understatement. You just must not have many Latino friends or know anyone that speaks Spanish. This guy's an international star. But here's the question. Is it the right act for the Super Bowl? 877-99 on Fox. If you want to chime in, that's one of our things that made you go, week 4. I look at it this way. We often neglect to realize when something's not meant for us, right? Let's say you're let's be honest, middle-aged white guy who loves football and you're going to watch no matter what. They got you hooked. You're watching the Super Bowl and everything involved with the NFL playoffs. You're watching Mondays, Thursdays, Sundays, Sunday nights. You're locked in. They got you. They don't need to get you anymore. So it's very clear that last year, with Kendrick Lamar and this year with Bad Bunny, they are shooting younger. They're going for different ethnic backgrounds. They're going global. The NFL playing games in Ireland and Spain and Mexico. The game's expanding. The fan base is trying to expand. So Bad Bunny, to me, is just a clear indication that, you're not the demo they're going after. You're locked in, middle-aged white guy. And I'm in that group. If they wanted middle-aged white guy, if they wanted to super serve the 40 to 60-year-old dude, Metallica is the answer. but they're going after the younger generation. So this is definitely a pick for the younger people. And, hey, you know what? I think it is funny how we overanalyze what's going to end up being 15 to 20 minutes of your life 6 months from now. I think we'll be okay. I think it'll be fun. Bad Bunny, you know there's going to be hot dancers. You know he's going to put on a show. You just may not understand anything he says. But you know what? Hey, you have a few months to do some Rosetta Stone. Learn a little more Spanish if you're too worried about it.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio.
Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations. That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham!
We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all, so I love it.
Yeah. Yo, why does Tony Romo look so different, bro?
Stop.
You know how many people sent me that over the weekend?
You know how many people talked about Tom Brady quoting Tupac yesterday as well?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
It's not him, man. It's his clone.
Yeah, man, Hollywood got to him. Tony Romo. It's not even him anymore.
So
it's
funny.
AI. It's AI Romo. Anyway, hope you had a great weekend. Go season, postseason. Remember, every time you yawn in the month of October, a ghost sticks his junk in your face. I don't make the rules. We're just warning you here on the Covino and Rich Show. It's Fox Sports Radio. We are live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Remember, for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And now it's time for Last One Standing.
Yeah, let's go.
You have 5 seconds to battle for your sports trivia life.
Man, I don't got it.
Put your electronic devices down and pick your sports knowledge up. It's CNR's Last One Standing.
Last One Standing.
All right. I have 4 categories ready to go if needed a tiebreaker. Each contestant gets 5 seconds to stay alive in the round. If you run out of time or answer incorrectly, Iowa Sam will take you out with his famous buzzer. Don't want to hear that.
No, you want to.
We keep battling until you are the last one standing. If you win 2 of the rounds, you are the top dog. Here are the contestants. 9-time winner Steve Covino right over there.
He sucks.
Seated next to him is
Worse than the Yankees.
14-time winner Rich Davis.
Yeah. You said 14-time wiener, right?
Yeah.
Wiener?
And the leader in the clubhouse, 33-time winner Dan Byer.
Stop this guy.
Somebody, stop somebody.
We'll see if Rocky in OKC can do it. He's going to be our contestant.
Yo, Rocky.
Hey, Rock.
What's up, guys?
You there?
Hey, brother, what do you do for a living there in Oklahoma?
Something.
Oh, I'm in sales.
Nice.
Yeah, he works for a guy named Gazzo.
Yeah, oh, God.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, can you name the movie if I go, Rocky loves Emily? Rocky loves Emily.
Oh,
I can't.
If it's a movie that Rich likes, it's probably something really corny like Serendipity or something.
What?
All right, Spot is the fact checker during this game.
I hate
What's
it
the
so
movie?
much.
I'm not going to tell you now.
Lot of
Your younger siblings probably watch it. Remember
I hate it
Three
more than that
Ninjas?
reference.
Oh,
Rich just
Shark
made.
Boy and Lava Girl?
No, stop
oh
it.
boy.
Three Ninjas.
Oh, I never.
All right, so be patient with Spot as he checks answers. When I say your name, the clock's going to start. First category: rock, meat, turf. You have 5 seconds to name an NFL player who committed the most fumbles last season.
Fumbalaya.
Yeah, we'll take the top 24. Here's a little hint. It's mostly quarterbacks. All right, top 24 in the NFL last season who committed the most fumbles. Covino, we're going to start with you as soon as the clock goes right now.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. Not on the list. See you later.
Fumbalaya, yummy.
Rich.
Even though he was wildly successful, Josh Allen, because he carries the ball up.
Just at the cutoff.
Okay,
So
yeah.
no, he didn't make the list.
Oh, he's not in the top 24.
He's not in the top 24.
Close, but no cigar for Rich.
Can I
Buyer.
tell you something? I'm writing
We're
something
out
down.
already?
Yep.
I just want you to know I'm writing something down.
All right, Buyer.
I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers.
Not on the list.
Whoa, man. Sorry, Rocky.
If he doesn't get one, we could just restart.
No, Rocky's
I
last
think
one
Rocky
standing.
wins.
Oh, yeah, you're the last one standing.
Let's restart the cycle. Restart the
That's
cycle.
the game, Rich.
No,
That's the
restart
game.
the cycle.
You can't win a category without one answer.
Yes, it's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yes, he's
It's
the
called
last one.
last
Yes.
one standing.
I say restart the cycle.
No, shame on us. He's the last one.
I agree with Covino.
You guys all took yourselves out.
All right,
You
so
benefits.
I swear to God, just for fun, I got to tell you.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you got that,
Rocky, who would you have said?
I was going to go Kyron Williams.
Not on the list.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Kyler Murray is on the list. Kyler Murray's got to be on the
What I
list.
was going to say. I was going to
Okay.
say Dak Prescott, and I said Derrick Henry, and I don't know why. So is Dak on the list?
No.
All right. Well, either way, I
Give
said
us,
Murray is
give
on
us
the
some
list.
of the list.
Who's
there,
on the
Spotty.
list?
I mean, do you want? Hang on.
Top five. Top five.
Let me sort the top five. Kirk Cousins, number 1,
Ooh.
13.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Baker, number 2, also 13.
Okay.
Burrow with 11. Lamar with 10. And Will Levis with 10.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's your
Levis
top
is in
5.
there.
I mean, well, Caleb Williams also had 10.
That was a
so
tough
that's your
one, but
top
good
6.
one, Danny G.
All right, so you guys want to give Rocky the point?
Yeah, sure.
All right, halfway to Nerf football as we go to the second category. Swifty type wood.
Whoa.
You have 5 seconds to name an MLB player who led the league in batting average. All right, we'll take the top 25 from this regular season.
Wait. ALNNL?
The league. So, yep,
Okay.
top 25 from this regular season. Rocky, you're going to be first this time starting right now. Go.
Aaron Judge. I know that's wrong.
No, it's true. He led the league. He led the league.
Yeah.
He's number 1.
Yeah,
That's
number
31.
Buyer.
Luis Ariz.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 13 with 292.
Rich.
Trey Turner.
Trey Turner, number 6 with 304.
Good poll, Covino.
Fernando Tatis.
Fernando Tatis, not on the list.
Oh, sorry. Back to Rocky.
I don't know. Otani.
Ohtani is right at the bottom.
Ah.
282.
Yeah, number 25. Buyer.
282 is on the list?
25, yes.
Man, that's
bottom of the
pathetic.
list.
What about Trey Turner?
Said already.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to say
It's
that.
only 5 answers given. I don't know.
Come on. Anybody.
2.
Corey Seager.
1.
Corey Seager, not on the list.
Sorry about that. All right, it's between Rich and Rocky. Rich.
Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman, yes.
That's a good one.
10 with 295.
Rocky.
Just said him. Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper, not on the list.
Oh. Rich gets that round.
Alejandro Kirk on the list.
Alejandro Kirk is on the list at 24
Yeah.
with 282.
I was thinking of anyone I know that batted
282 meatballs?
or maybe
282 empanadas.
yeah.
Okay.
All
Don't
right.
get mad that he hit multiple home runs.
I
in
hate
game
that
one.
guy.
By the way, rounding out the top 5, you had Bo Bichette at number 2, Jacob Wilson number 3, George Springer number 4, and Jeremy Pena.
And by the
at
way,
number
I'm
5.
making fun of Kirk because he's so damn good.
Yeah.
Good for him.
All right, we'll go to the next category here. Third category is Rocky and Rich are on the board. Sounds like a morning show in Modesto, California.
Rocky and Rich in the morning and the most hit music all day.
Third category is called Give Me the Ball. You have 5 seconds to name an MLB pitcher who has started the most games in postseason all time. Most postseason starts all time for a pitcher. We'll take the top 24. Think about it for a second. Covino, you're going to be up first starting right now. Go.
Andy Pettit.
Number 1.
Yes.
44.
That was what I had written down. I'm not even joking.
How about that?
Rich.
Man, that's crazy.
3.
Tom Glavine.
Tom Glavine, yeah, number 3 with 35.
Buyer.
What about Greg Maddux?
Greg Maddux, number 6 with 30.
Rocky.
Oh my gosh, I didn't hear the question. My phone crapped out.
I'll tell you again.
Yeah.
MLB pitcher who has started the most postseason games all time.
Terrible. I'm driving. I still didn't hear it, guys. I'm sorry. I'm blowing it.
Oh, you're blowing it,
All
Rocky.
right, we'll have to take him out of that round. Sorry,
Can I try
buddy.
this move next time? I don't know the answer.
Oh, what? Yeah, I can't hear it.
You could be like Pee-wee in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Dottie!
I'm losing connection. What?
Back to Covino.
Let's go all time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whitey Ford.
Yes, number 13
Oh,
with 22.
nice. Rich.
I'm going to go Pedro Martinez.
Pedro, not on the list.
Buyer.
What about Clayton Kershaw?
Clayton, yeah, number 5 with 32.
Good pull. Covino.
No one said Greg Maddux, right?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, they did.
Oh, John Smoltz.
John Smoltz, yep, number 7 with 27.
All right.
Smoltzy.
Good battle. Back to Buyer.
What about Jack Morris?
Jack Morris, not on the list.
All right. Covino gets that round.
Hell yeah.
What's the Rocket on that list? Roger Clemens?
Yes, number 4.
How about Tim Lincecum? Was he on there?
Tim Lincecum, no.
Oh, okay.
You know what it is? You got to think of how many there's additional rounds of the playoffs more recently. So even if a team dominated decades ago, there may have only been one round of the playoffs.
Whitey Ford was the one.
That was the one that was only because the Yankees won 10 World Series with him. You know?
Yep.
Rounding out the top 5, you had Verlander at number 2.
I wouldn't
with
guess him on
37,
principle.
and Clemens at
The Rocket,
4 with
Yeah.
34.
All right. 3-way tie. Rocky, Rich, and Covino.
Sorry.
4th category now. Arms race. You have 5 seconds to name an NFL QB who leads Week 5 with the most passing yards. We'll take the top 17. Rocky, you're going to be up first starting right now. Go.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, yep, through 253.
Buyer.
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott, number 15 with 237. Yeah.
Rich.
Mother effing Mac Jones.
Mac Jones at number 3 with 342.
Mac Jones. Covino.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker at 2 with 379.
Yes. Rocky.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, yep, at 4 with 341.
Buyer.
Wait, so
I thought
most
the passing yards this week for Week 5.
I thought it was the first 5 weeks of the season.
Oh, no.
So, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Okay, I got to recalibrate. Jake Browning.
Jake Browning, number 12, 251.
Nice. Rich.
Based on last night, Drake May throw for.
Drake May did, 273.
Covino.
Goff, number 9 with 258.
Rocky.
C.J. Stroud.
Yep, number 13 with 244.
Nice pull. Buyer.
Tua,
number 10, 256.
Double talk Dickey. 3.
Carson
2.
Wentz.
Carson Wentz is on the list, number 16, 236.
Covino. 3, 2.
Is Lamar Jackson on the list?
He didn't play, dude. He's in.
Oh, duh. Oh, my God.
Even I knew that.
Back to Rocky.
Justin Fields.
What do you say?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, number 5, 283.
Oh, I hate this.
Buyer.
Did someone say Stafford?
They did not. You just did.
Okay.
Number 1, 369.
Ah,
389.
nice.
389.
Rich.
Daniel, you call him Dr. Jones?
Daniel Jones, not on the list.
Damn.
All right.
How is he not on the list?
I know.
Jonathan Taylor did all the work.
Yeah, he did. I was going to say.
All right. Rocky and Buyer left Rocky.
Oh, Nick.
Bo Nix is on the list at number
Good
14.
one, good one.
242.
Buyer.
Man, I don't think.
3, 2.
Jaden Daniels?
Jaden Daniels is right at the bottom.
Just
at the cutoff at 231.
Oh, wow. Nice save there, Rocky.
2 left.
2 left.
Who else played? Mahomes didn't play yet.
I know.
3, 2, 1.
Herbert. Oh, no.
He said
Herbert?
No, Herbert not on the list.
This is
Oh,
great.
my
I
gosh.
love the four-way tie because it becomes the who
Yes.
gets closest question.
Exactly. So we'll do that after DB's update.
By the way, you missed
right.
2. You missed Cam Ward at 8 with 265 and Jalen Hurts at 6 with 280.
That's crazy because Hurts, you always assume,
Yes.
does not hit that top tier. All right, cool. DB, what's going on?
What up,
Update,
DB?
man?
Yeah, guys, right now, Dodgers, Phillies, scoreless as they play in Game 2, heading to the third inning of their best-of-5 matchup. Dodgers up 1-0 in the series. If it goes to 5 games, skipper Dave Roberts of the Dodgers said that Shohei Ohtani would be their starter in Game 5. Jackson Churrio's going to bat leadoff for the Brewers and play left field. Brewers are up 1-0 on the Cubs with Game 2 coming up at 9 o'clock Eastern time tonight. Ravens head coach John Harbaugh says they'll evaluate things when asked about the quarterback position. Following their loss to the Texans yesterday, Cooper Rush got the start against the Texans. Tyler Huntley could be an option, especially with Lamar Jackson dealing with that hamstring strain. One other quarterback note, Bengals head coach Zach Taylor says they'll evaluate their options at the quarterback position prior to Week 6 against the Packers. Jake Browning threw 3 interceptions in yesterday's loss to the Lions. Brett Rippon's the backup right now in Cincinnati. Colts kicker Spencer Schrader done for the season with a knee injury. Chargers running back Amarian Hampton placed on injured reserve because of an injured ankle. Memphis Grizzlies star John Morant week to week with a sprained ankle that he suffered in practice yesterday. Edmonton Oilers gave Connor McDavid a 2-year extension worth $25 million. And an update from the Mark Sanchez story. Officials in Marion County, Indiana, now filing a felony battery charge against the former NFL quarterback and Fox broadcaster. Prosecutor's office upped the misdemeanor battery charge to a level 5 felony, which could carry a 1 to 6 year prison sentence. TMZ also reports that the other man involved in the altercation is filing a lawsuit against Sanchez. Guys, back to you.
Damn.
That story stinks.
All right, well, hey, the conclusion of Last One Standing, and we'll do a little preview of Monday Night Football, talk a little football, and get our winner next right here. Covino and Rich, Fox Sports Radio.
But I'm going to give you my top 5 all-time, like, that we grew up with as we throw it back and reminisce on Overpromise, okay? I'm not talking Dad's Old Spice. I'm not talking Dad's Brute and Grandpa's Aqua Velva. I'm not talking aftershaves. I'm not talking cheap-ass Stetson and pharmacy colognes.
Did every
Mexicali Musk for Men.
Every dad in the 80s or 90s definitely had Brute, right? Like, without a doubt. Like, there wasn't a dad that didn't have Brute.
I'm talking, for the most part, our generation and my personal top. And if you disagree, that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinion. So coming in at number 5 for me, this was not easy. Because I was like, do I go Fahrenheit? No, I'm going Jupe. Because everybody talked about Jupe in the 90s. Jupe is number 5.
I had a buddy, Jeff, and I still do. Hey,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
I doubt he's watching because, as you always say, no one that you really care about supports you.
Right.
My buddy, Jeff, was convinced in the late 90s, like, I have this secret recipe of how I'm going to get all the girls. I'm like, what, Jeff? He's like, Jupe. And I remember us all being like, yeah, Jeff and his Jupe. Like, he was so...
Well, you know what? It's not really... Like, I was more of a Fahrenheit guy. I put them in the same category maybe because they were both purplish. But it was so popular, I had to put it as a number 5.
Okay.
Like, people love to talk about it, and it stood out. Number 4 for me, Cool Water. Everybody had a Cool Water phase. It was different. It was good. Oh, it got so much ass. Cool Water at number 4. And just to make it snappy, Rich, one of my all-time favorites at number 3, Acqua di Gio, is still good. It still hits. That's a number 3 for me.
My theory is if you go with the wifey or girlfriend to an Ulta or a Sephora at the mall with your kid or wife, if it's still displayed prominently, then it's not out of style, right? I mean, if Acqua di Gio is still there in like the front showcase.
I'm not saying that you should rock all of these now. I'm saying all time. Some still hit. But it also dates you. I'm letting that be known. I'm not saying that they don't, because they do.
I think it's a fair statement to say if you are a grown man, 40-ish or so, you have at one point in your life rocked Acqua di Gio.
Yeah,
without
it's
a
still
doubt.
good.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 2, and sometimes a good number 2 is better than a number 1, is Jean-Paul Gaultier. Except I don't think mine has a bulge like that. I think mine has boobs, Spot. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I think you were wearing the...
Am I wearing... Wait, does it have a bulge?
That's a bulge.
Oh, well, guess what?
Wait, is that how you dispense the cologne? You rub the bulge?
Can I tell you something? I still... Is that what you do? I still rock this after a shower because it has that fresh, powdery scent.
Imagine if
I still love it.
Imagine if they personalized the bottles and your Jean-Paul Gaultier came in a bottle shaped like your body.
Oh man,
and it wasn't like a ripped dude with a bulge. It was like my bottle has a bit of a dad bod.
And the all-time classic number 1, king of them all, I think it was the one that started it off for everybody when you became a man. Absolutely.
I know what you're saying because I even had an air freshener with this scent in my first car.
The king of them all. In fact, it should have a crown on it because it's the king of all the clones we grew up with. Is Drakkar Noir. Ba-bam. That will take you back
intense
to the early 90s.
Powerful.
Immediately. It'll take you back to your Cavaricci days the second you smell it.
Who's Guy LaRoche?
I don't know, but I think that's the number 1. That's my guy. That's who it is.
Adam LaRoche's cousin. Drakkar Noir was so popular back in the 90s for people around our age. You remember, I got my first used car, saved up my money. Grandma and Grandpa helped me. First thing I did after I washed that car, went to the gas station and I bought a Drakkar air freshener. They had this little sacks, remember like the sacks and they had air fresheners. That's how popular Drakkar was.
Such a great scent that went with the times, especially as a Guido kid from New Jersey. And Spot, do you have that meme that pretty much shows all of them? Because I know you're thinking we left some out. Couldn't fit them all in. They were all great. But that doesn't mean you should live in that era. Buy some new ones. I use one called Clean right now, and I really am a fan of.
Is this a picture of your bathroom? Is that every cologne you have in your bathroom?
Those are the classics from the 90s right there. You see the polos.
Good one, Sam. And by the way, you can see Sam dancing like Carlton from The Fresh Prince. His 80s dance in the studio, air drumming along.
Not this,
on YouTube, Covino and Rich FSR. Covino and Rich FSR streaming live on YouTube. And it's a pleasure hanging out with you guys. Thank you very much. Steve Covino, Rich Davis, Danny G. Thanks for being part of this, guys.
By the way, if you're living that mom or dad life, you hear the song and you think of the movie Sing, and this is the gorilla whose dad doesn't approve of his musical life. It's a great movie. You ever watch that one with the kids or not?
I've seen it.
Sing is a good one.
And Sam, if you're listening in the future, he's playing I'm Still Standing by Elton John because we're playing Last One Standing, wrapping it up right now with Rocky from OKC.
Yes. Rocky loves
We got a
Emily.
what? Three-way tie, Danny G?
Four-way tie.
Four-way tie.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, Rocky, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, no multiple choice. It's whoever comes closest. Just buzz in with your name to go first.
Okay.
All right, you guys ready? All right, Babe Ruth has the most career RBI in a single season in MLB history. How many did he have?
Babe Ruth has the most RBI in one season?
Yep.
Okay.
Think about that for a second.
I'll go 171.
All right, Buyer 171. Buzz in with your name to go next.
I'm going 167. It's what I wrote down. I'm sticking with it.
Okay. Rich or Rocky?
I'm going to go, I wrote down 161.
161. Okay, Rocky.
Are we doing Price is Right rules here?
Price is Right, you can't
just
go,
no, it's just whoever comes close. It doesn't matter if you're over or under.
Let's go 174.
Wow, what a move by Rocky because he just topped Byers 171. The answer 177. That means Rocky wins.
By the way, that's 2 wins in a row I missed out on if I just went higher than Bayer. That's the weakest.
That sounds like a new game, higher than Bayer.
Rocky, congratulations, buddy. It always warms my heart when one of our friendly listeners takes away a prize, so thank you.
We are going to mail one of the new CNR Turbo Balls to you there in OKC.
You know, there's a conspiracy going on that Covino loses on purpose just so the listeners get a chance to win. I'm not spreading that
Wait,
theory,
hold on.
but-
Wait, discrepancy. I'm sorry to be the guy. When you said this, my thought was, Hack Wilson has the most RBI in a season. And I was right.
But that's not what he asked.
He said most RBI in a season.
He said Babe Ruth, what was the highest he had?
Oh, but the highest Babe had.
Babe. Said Babe. Yeah.
Okay.
Babe.
I was like, I thought you said Babe Ruth had the highest RBI because I was like, are you sure about that?
For his career.
It's a tough game, Rocky, and you came out on top.
Sorry.
You beat the buyer. So that's an accomplishment in itself, and you get a bribery Nerf football. We call them turbo balls. Congratulations, Rocky!
Hey, Rocky Love.
Rocky!
And I want to wrap with this, guys. Tomorrow, we give away more prizes with Patrick Mahomes, Showtime Mahomes trivia. So we'll get updates from tonight's game from Showtime Mahomes right here on the show. Your chance to win more prizes. And LeBron's decision tomorrow. We mentioned
What's it going to be?
What's it going to be? Retirement? He's leaving the Lakers? Or is it some lame-ass marketing commercial where he's involved in some sort of weak-ass, like, Ultimate Frisbee League or something?
He's doing a the Sheik has offered him he's gonna be part of flag football as a tight
No,
end.
seriously. Like, is it some ploy, some marketing gimmick, or is he really making an announcement? I'm leaning towards marketing gimmick because he got so much flack from the original decision that there's no way he's going to make some other decision a spectacle again. That's my theory here. But they're marketing this as LeBron's second decision tomorrow, noon Eastern. What do you think that's about? Danny G, as the resident Lakers fan here, any ideas for you?
I think they are going to announce an NBA team coming to Vegas, and LeBron is going to be part owner.
No, seriously?
That's you know what?
Wow.
I mean, that would be
ownership is in his future. There's no question, right? But he's still playing.
I don't think the NBA would be having him make the announcement.
Exactly. But a good theory. And today, by the way, on a side note, is Bronny's birthday, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it Bronny's birthday?
Bronny is 21, gets to have a beer with Dad today. So
what's that announcement going to be? Stay tuned. We'll discuss
and
tomorrow.
to continue our perfect streak of teasers, I don't want to push this in, but Jags plus 9.5, over 39. Over 39, Jags plus 9.5. Lock it in. We are undefeated. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Later, guys.